Hello everyone and welcome to Ancient Insights. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news, archaeology and other interesting research around the world. Without much ado, let's get started. Thousands of years ago, an unknown culture carved and raised hundreds of stone steels and sculptures on the Pacific coast of southern Guatemala. Together, they provide some of the strongest evidence of pre-Columbian transoceanic contact anywhere in the American continent. The mysterious culture that created these sculptures is known as Cotzumalguapa, named after the village where the first artifacts were found in the mid-19th century. Three sites form the heartland of the Cotzumalguapa culture, known by their modern names of Bilbao and El Castillo, each only a few kilometers apart and connected by raised stone causeways, of which only faint traces remain. Cotzumalhuapa archaeological culture is from the piedmont area of the Escuintla Department in Guatemala. The Cotzumalhuapa archaeological zone is near the town of Santa Lucia, Cotzumalguapa. The Cotzumalhuapa archaeological zone is a pre-Columbian Maya archaeological zone dating mainly to the late Classic period in Mesoamerican chronology, although it was occupied since the Middle Pre-Classic period, and there is evidence of a major development during the late Pre-Classic period. The famous stela from Bilbao has one of the earliest inscriptions in Mesoamerica, with the earliest legible hieroglyphic long count date in Guatemala equaling 37 CE. The inhabitants of Cotzumalhuapa developed an original artistic style and a writing system which remains undeciphered. Hieroglyphic signs usually are inscribed in circular cartouches, but they may also acquire complex animated forms. The number of known inscriptions is quite small. Cotzumalhuapa people produce a large corpus of monumental sculptures. These include rock carvings, stelae, altars, colossal heads, and sculptures, both freestanding as a component of the architecture. Examples include carved stairs, pillars, and pavement stones. There are also numerous portable sculptures. The characteristics of the Cotzumalguapa style is an extraordinary degree of realism in the representation of human figures, which in many cases may be considered as individual portraits, possibly representing the kings and nobles. In many cases, these individuals participate in complex scenes where they interact with other human characters or with supernatural beings. Sacrificial scenes are frequent. Distinctive elements of the Cotzumalguapa style include speech scrolls shaped as vines with a variety of flowers and fruit. Cotzumalhuapa was most likely the seat of the powerful state, which exerted political control over a vast region of the Pacific coast. The diffusion of the sculptural style provides a measure of the geographic extension of Cotzumalguapa's influence. The style is found along a 200-kilometer stretch of the Pacific coast, from the modern border between Guatemala and El Salvador to the Suchitepeque Department. It also has strong presence in some regions of the central and eastern highlands, particularly in the region of Antigua, Guatemala. Some elements of the style are perceptive in sculptures from various sites located in Tinmaltinago in the central highlands, the western Pacific coast area, and the Motagua River Valley. Contemporary 1000 BC Maya and Olmec. The first mention of the Cotzumalguapa sculpture in the archaeological literature dates back to 1863. It was, however, only in 1877 that a German expedition uncovered over 31 monuments and stelas, all of which but one were shipped to Berlin. Hundreds more would be uncovered in the following years as the area was cleared of its thick jungle cover to make room for coffee and sugarcane plantation. Unfortunately, agricultural development was also responsible for the near complete destruction of all the monumental architecture at the site, which must have been extensive. The stelas were dispersed across several museums and private collections, with only the largest sculptures remaining in situ, exposed to all kinds of looting and vandalism. What is left, however, is enough to form a clear picture of a culture that thrived on the Pacific coast of Guatemala perhaps as early as 1000 BC and developed its own peculiar artistic style at the same time as the flourishing of the early Mayas and Olmecs. The large number of Cotzumalguapa sculptures are now hosted in the open-air museum of Bilbao, located inside an abandoned industrial precinct. Nearly all the sculptures on display are carved in a hard type of andesite or basalt and reflect different Olmec, Maya and even Central Mexican and Toltec influences, ranging from about 1000 BC to 1200 AD. Other sculptures from the same region have been shown to contain significant magnetic anomalies, which were deliberately incorporated in a way accentuated by the ancient artisans. Kindly click on the end screen here to watch more of our videos. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and enable all notifications so you will be notified when we post new videos. And don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment.